was potentially a very good wrapping up point for the whole series. Will the series be finished, or do you think there'll eventually be more books?
More sharing knife, yes or no? I don't know yet. I've been experimenting with series structure. I started with the Miles books, which were kind of loosely modeled on the Hornblower books. It's like independent books, fitting into a character's biography. It's kind of loosely what I'm doing with those. And that was a lot of fun, but it did kind of stop the universe cold in one character's lifetime. I can't explore 10,000 years ahead, until I know what Miles is doing next, or even 10 years ahead before I know what Miles is doing next. So it was a fun series structure. It's been an interesting bit. It's not the only one. The Challion books had started as a single. They all started as single books. And the idea of sort of the series structure, as it has emerged, looks like it wants to be one book for each of the 5 gods. So that it's a thematic series, but doesn't follow characters, from one book to another, which is the way most people usually think about series, because you become attached to the characters. You want to know more about your friends. What are they doing? What's happened next? Did they have the baby? And so that's a very different kind of series structure. So it gives me. It started with the how to jump around in time and space and test of characters. And if I ever write the other 2, they're going to be in different settings, and I'll likely explore more of the world of Challion. But I'm a little dry on the theology at the moment. I need to have that be a thematic thing that I need to think about for that year that I read. Sharing Knife, which was the original question, was yet another series structure. It's one story in 4 volumes, like the Lord of the Rings, the most familiar example. A single book cut up, or a single story arc cut up into pieces because you don't break the wrist. And it, has a beginning, middle, end. It has closure. I could stop there, and it would be that structure. Or I could do spin-offs, or I could just jump forward or back. It has options. All of my series have potential for spawning fractal sequels, but there's no way I could write them all. I have to find out, what do I need to say? There's an interesting series structure over in the romance genre, where because a romance has to have its, has to be the ever after commitment at the end. You can only kind of do that once per couple. It's very hard to recycle them, or it destroys the prior volume. So what they do is take a group of people and have like one romance, for each member. You get old school chums, or a Navy SEAL team, or brothers or siblings, and do one romance for each, and that's interesting. They can do cool stuff with that series too. I'm interested in series as a structure, because you do things between the books that you can't do in a single novel. But nobody studies series as an art form, I theorize, because you can't get a group of undergraduates to compare and contrast 6 series in the course of a semester. 6 novels maybe, just barely. Okay, we'll do 2 more questions and then we